this is not the 9 o'clock news because we're running about 15 minutes late. Thank you all very, very much for coming. I know how difficult it is for you to find the time. I see friends and people who I admire and love here, and I'm really, really grateful that all of you have come. Thank you very much indeed. We're looking at the year 2010 tonight. Now, many people call it a year of scams and various other adjectives are used. But another way to look at it is that it's a watershed year. It could be a watershed year. It could be a year of questioning. It could be a year where people are made accountable. It could be the maturing of democracy. We will, I honestly believe, come out of this year and this whole process a stronger and better nation. We just have to wait. 25 years ago, Indian democracy saw another watershed, and people were astounded when government after government was thrown out of power. After 30 years of, initial 30 years where governments came into power, 80% of governments were voted back. 25 years ago, 80% of governments were thrown out. And everybody wondered, what's happening to our democracy? What came of it? Development. We have people who know if they deliver on development, they will be voted back. So that 8% growth rate or 10% growth rate is thanks to our voters and our democracy pushing our leaders and our politicians. And it's going to happen again. We are no banana republic. We are a strong, maturing democracy. And every time I look at the people of Egypt, I feel so proud to be an Indian. Because they're fighting for what we've got. They're fighting for democracy. Makes me proud. Well, tonight, we're going to honor people who make our democracy, who fight for it in various ways, who we admire and who we respect. And me personally, I'm so proud to be part of this award ceremony that honors great Indians of the year 2010. Thank you all very much for joining us.
Ladies and gentlemen, that image you saw just now behind me of a little girl on a bicycle not just captures the image of the empowerment of the girl child across India, it also, we believed, perfectly captures the spirit of a state that both dared and hoped this year, a year in which many of us lost faith in our politics, was a year in which one politician actually redefined the paradigm of politics in his own state. And what's more, he did this in a quiet, understated way, sans rhetoric, sans screaming headlines, just quietly working away, lifting his state from the shadow of what was once known as the Bimaru states of India and allowing Bihar to move into the future of India. Alongside, he also found time to take a rickshaw ride to catch a screening of the Three Idiots. But as he told us last year, he wouldn't go looking for Three Idiots in politics because he'd need that film's name to be changed and have many more numbers than three. It's time now to announce our first award. And yes, we do believe that with all the questions raised about our democracy, we still have to give credit to our politicians where it's due. Our politician of the year, before I announce it, can I call Pranoy back on stage, is of course Bihar's Chief Minister, Nitish Kumar.
I'm afraid I don't normally do this, but I have to admit an inner bias that I have. I do admire Nitish deeply. So if my questions are a little soft, I guess a lot of you do. Do you? So if my questions are a little soft, just ask me to ask a tougher question. First question I want to ask you is about those bicycles that Barkha referred to, and we showed us how many millions of girls have got bicycles in Bihar. You gave the families 2,000 rupees in cash to buy a bicycle for their daughter. Why did you give cash? Why not just give them a bicycle? Because you never know how they'll spend that cash.
I think if we had distributed bicycles to girls, then you would not have given me any award. In that case, Bihar would have been discarded for any bicycle scam.
Sorry?
Bicycle scam. Cycle scam.
If you had given bicycles, there would have been a bicycle scam.
Nobody knows who makes money. So there was proposal before me. It was brought by department, Human Resource Department, that we should purchase bicycle in bulk and distribute it to the girls. I told them, look, you don't do it. And you give money to the girls, they will buy cycles. Then they asked me, we have already, called for tenders and everything. So, what is the lowest rate? They told that it is 1,840 rupees. Then I decided they should give rupees 2,000 to every girl. And it's 92% is the success rate.
92.
92%.
92% have used that money for buying bicycles.
Bicycles.